Hi, so a bit of an impromptu Facebook Live, but I've just finished clinic this afternoon and I kind of just wanted to have a little chat about botox, anti-wrinkle injections, botulinum toxin, whatever you want to call it. Most people know it as botox, because I've put a little bit of information on recently about it. So how it works is basically the botox is injected into the muscles, mostly the frontalis, which is your brow muscles, or your frown, or your crow's feet. Can be injected into other places, but at the moment they're the three areas that I offer within the clinic. And what it does is it temporarily paralyses the muscle, so it stops the muscle from moving. So if this muscle wasn't moving, it would stop them lines from appearing. Some people have got dynamic lines, so they're dynamic lines, they're not there at rest, but they are when I smile. Sometimes these become more static, and it's just obviously we've repeated and over time. So it softens the static lines, might not completely make them go, but if they're dynamic it tends to settle them ones down. It is temporary, so lasts anywhere from, usually we say 3 to 4 months, but recently I've had quite a few of my regular clients that are getting a little bit longer out of that, about 5 months, and so everybody's different. So it's a prescription only medication, and it's one that's required to have a face-to-face consultation before it is prescribed. So as a nurse prescriber, you would need to see me and would have a chat about what your concerns were, what I feel I could do to help you, and botox might be one of them, but there might be other things that we could do. Doesn't always necessarily have to be injectables. And then if you decided that that was something that you wanted to go ahead and do, I would order it in, and then you would come back at a clinic at a later date. Sometimes it can be done in the same week, but sometimes we can just plan ahead, and we would then do the procedure, and then usually I would review you about 2 weeks afterwards, just to see how the treatment had gone, check everything's okay, check it's all looking okay. If any adjustments need to be made, we can do that at that point. Yeah, that would be the treatment. It is something that takes, it's not something that you'd walk away with on the day and go, oh, my crow's feet have gone. It's something that usually takes a few days to start and work, but around 2 weeks is when you'll sort of see it at its most effective. So it gradually continues to work, and then it will dwindle down. After about 8 weeks you'll start to see it wear off again. So it gradually works, but it gradually wears off. So it's not one of them that somebody will go, oh, what have you had done? Generally it is one that people don't tend to notice because it comes on gradually, but it is something that is worth planning in. If it's something that you want, it's definitely worth planning into your schedule, because it's not one where you could come and we'll just do it. And obviously because we want to review you and see how things have gone, it's definitely one to plan in before your special events, your special occasions, holidays, etc. But yeah, I wanted to kind of have a little chat about it. I know I've said about it before, but I recently had a client come who had had botox on many occasions before. In fact, she's had it for quite a number of years, by a nurse prescriber who just turned up on the day with vials of botox. So she did do a consultation, but then she did it, unfortunately, as nurse prescribers, you're not allowed to hold on to stock of botox. So it's not something that I keep that's in my fridge that I can just say, oh yeah, you want it today, let's go and get it out and let's do it. Doctors can do that and dentists can do that, but it's actually illegal for nurse prescribers within England to do it. So I'm not sure how people manage to do it, whether they use products that's prescribed for other people, I have heard some people actually water it down so that they get more out of their vial of Botox. Obviously it's not as effective, might wear off quicker. But it's all about safety really, and as members of the public, some people don't know that that's the case with Botox, but certainly it does have to be prescribed. It's not something that I can give you a prescription and you can nick down to Boots and just pick it up, because it is specialist. So I get it from specialist pharmacies. So the ones that I tend to use are Millennium and Mediva pharmacies. So they I have to order it and have it delivered, but it is just to make you aware for safety, because many of the aesthetic treatments are just completely unregulated. So because they're unregulated, any Tom, Dick and Harry can be doing them. They don't even have had training. Some people are getting products off the black market, which obviously it's really important that you know what you're getting injected in your face. And I usually show my clients the product as well, so that they can actually see that it's the real deal. They're usually watermarked and they're prescribed for them. So it's definitely worth, if you're going to anybody, just double checking where they're getting the products from, and how it is. Just make sure it is what they're saying it is, and where it's come from. And as a paying customer, you're more than entitled to ask those questions. If somebody's injecting you in your face, you want to know what it is that's getting put in there. If you've got any questions about anti-wrinkle injections, Botox, if you want to pop in and have a chat, you want to book a consultation, obviously don't hesitate to get in touch, and we can get you booked in. Got limited appointments over the summer holidays, with, obviously I do my NHS job, and then I've got the aesthetics that I do as well, and with it being the school holidays, I'm away for 2 weeks. So there isn't as much availability over the summer holidays, but we can certainly try and work around it if you wanted to get in touch, or any questions just generally about any of the treatments that I offer. So yeah, thanks for listening guys. See you later. Bye.